live. All right, welcome back to the Noble Rot, the absolute cesspool of anything and everything. How are you feeling, Isaiah?
I'm feeling pretty good.
A big question I ask myself in day-to-day life is, what does it take to be happy in a modern world? Given today, in our situation, what do you wake up wanting?
I feel like people overcomplicate shit, honestly, and that's why they're so unhappy.
Explain.
I don't know. I just feel like people are on social media too much. Well, I mean, that's obvious. People are on social media too much, and they care too much about celebrities and stuff. So they just look at all these like really cool, expensive houses and things, and they're like, "Man, I'm a failure unless I have these things," and it makes them unhappy.
I would have to agree to that. Yeah,
I feel like in my mind, like the dream is like, I want to get like an acre of land, one of those like Airstream trailers, or just like some sort of like camper thing, and just build like a wraparound porch on it, and that just be where I live. Like, that's just the dream. I don't want no like Beverly Hills mansion. I don't need a Rolls Royce. None of that.
I understand that, and I can relate to that a lot because whenever I get on social media, I definitely have those feelings. You know, there's once in a fucking few hundred memes where I'll look at something and then I'll be like, oh shit, you know, I don't have that, and I wish I had that, and I wish I was that happy, and I wish I was like them. But really, they have what you don't know is they have a lot of complicated issues just like being you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of people do you ever like look at someone's social media, or like you see like on Instagram or something like that, and you're like, man, they have it so well.
Yeah, but
they're so well off, and
but
meanwhile they're probably
is,
thinking the exact same thing whenever you post something.
You
know what I mean? So it's just a continual loop of just, I feel shitty about myself.
I wonder if that was predestined by psychologists early on in like the early days of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. Like the repercussions of existential angst towards social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Sometimes I don't know. I feel like a lot of people really should just log out. Just like log out. Go meet people.
There was something I was watching the other day. It was a guy who was teaching you how to what's the term? Detox you on
social media?
No. It's a dopamine detox. That's what it was. And what it means is it makes you appreciate working harder or doing productive things rather than sinking into day-to-day. You know, we as humans kind of find a way to make things easier or ignore the things that bring us displeasure. And those things are typically hard work and dedication and just, you know, like, for example, everybody's, you know, guilty of this, not giving it, they're all in school, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what this guy was saying, I wish I could remember his channel, but he said that if you were to subject yourself to different conditions, like if you were to like truly unplug for a day and not rely on media for happiness, then you would have like a dialogue with yourself, and you would find stuff to make you happy that's kind of outside of that realm. For example, how often do you find yourself reading a book these days?
I kind of read a little bit.
I read a little bit too, but like...
Actually, that kind of swings full circle, because I do a lot of audiobooks.
Really?
Which, yeah.
I feel like audiobooks isn't like the true... Like, audiobooks is kind of like a cheap way of reading a book. I feel like if you read the book, you have the struggle. I wouldn't say the struggle. I mean, if you can't read, that's a struggle. But like the hardship of actually turning the page, I feel like you really need that when you're experiencing a book. When you open the book, you need to look at the words, understand them,
yeah,
and you need to hear it with your own internal voice.
Yeah,
because then you can make sense of it differently than other people. Then it's because essentially an audiobook is just having somebody like read to you like bedtime stories, in my opinion.
That's kind of, ooh.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of what the internet is, low key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the internet's just kind of like it's an unhealthy precedent on what life should be for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't go out and like do things for themselves anymore. They're
They
trying to like copy
experience-
someone else that they see online instead.
Exactly.
Like,
I wish
like,
I could
people
break.
don't meet in real life a whole lot anymore. Well, I mean that's how I feel personally. That's probably not.
I find it
because-
harder and harder to meet genuine people.
But with like Tinder and stuff like that, like it's just like you don't see like love stories or anything anymore. You see like, oh yeah, I met her on Tinder.
Yeah, every
Which, I mean, it's nice. It's nice being able to reach out and like meet people through the internet and stuff. But sometimes I feel like it's just too much.
boomer's got that high school sweetheart that they met, loved, had children with, fucking died together.
Yeah.
That's something I wish I could have, but in today's age, I don't think that's possible. Or
Yeah.
maybe it is possible, but we're just too stimulated for that. I feel like we can have that story brought to us in our own home. We don't have to experience it ourselves. We just pull up a romance on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not out there getting it for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
You ever met anybody and you're like, man, I wish I could spend the rest of my life with this person? You ever had that?
No. No, I don't think, I can't say that I have. I think I'm too young for that. I think I need to be truly stable in my life. I need to have parameters before I can truly love somebody else. And it's hard because like sometimes you need that kind of love to push you in life, but at the same time you just kind of like you work on you, but what does that entail?
Yeah.
Like you want to have somebody in your corner, you want to have somebody of the opposite sex preferably or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Man, I feel like human biology kind of fucks you whenever it comes to that, because like you always dream of like having the wife that like you marry and you're with her for like ever. You know what I mean?
That's the dream.
Like you're with her for like 30 year anniversary, something like that.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that though? Sit down and think about it. Like, listen, you're gonna have to be with that person and their shortcomings for the rest of your life. Well, that's what marriage is.
Yeah.
You know, of course, people are becoming more and more unhappy with their marriages, and I think today is like
there's so much divorce now.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've reached the high score of divorces.
Yeah. I feel like it's because like nature. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like in nature, it's like you go, you do your thing, and then it's over. You don't see them again. Like you just have that one like lovey-dovey feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second, like in like 2 weeks, it's over.
That's a shame.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's how relationships are.
Yeah.
Like that lovey-dovey feeling doesn't stick around for very long.
It's the honeymoon
Which, I mean,
phase.
that's not necessarily what a relationship is. Like that lovey-dovey feeling, it's not everything, and it goes away with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way that you can have like an actual relationship is if you get past that, you learn to like a person for who they are, not just because of that feeling that they give you.
I think you need to find somebody who you genuinely like have a friendship with before you have anything else with them.
I feel like all marriages, they're just long-term friendships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not. It's not really because that lovey-dovey feeling. It does not stick around forever. So I feel like the relationships that do last is just because, like, they're just really good friends who also happen to live together.
That's why having children kind of builds that. It stimulates that. It pushes that forward.
That's another way to build a good relationship. Is like having like both people on a set goal. We're both gonna raise this kid.
Exactly.
Both developing a bond over the same thing.
And you can have different relationships within that family. Like you can have the relationship you all have together, but then you can have, let's say you have a family of 4 with 2 kids, you can establish a bond with your daughter/son, and vice versa. But then when you share that type of chemistry all together, combining, you know, that's a different feeling. I know that because I'm, you know, a part of a family of 4, and you are too. So, or a family of 3 rather, but you know what I mean.
Yes, me, my mom, and my brother.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you... Now, I'm speaking from my experience, but, like, I feel like in today's age, everybody is exposed so hard on the same topic as media, but, like, music. Like, you know, I feel like I fucking hate some of the songs I listened to that I once loved, and I hate that feeling.
Oh,
because I overplay the shit out of them.
Uh-huh.
And it pisses me the fuck off that I have a negative opinion on some of my favorite music now because I've just churned it out so fucking much, you know?
I feel like a lot of people, they listen to like the songs that they listen to them because they relate to them, and the second that song no longer
It's like toxic, yeah. You're like,
relates to them,
ew.
they're like, oh Jesus, was I really like that?
Exactly.
Like it doesn't fit anymore.
Precisely.
It's like taking a puzzle piece in and out over and over until it just doesn't fit anymore.
That's true. I never thought about it that way. Now, Isaiah, what do you want out of life? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want a thick Latino. And, I'm just joking.
That's perfectly fine.
I want my little acre. I want a cat.
Like you said.
I want like a Maine Coon.
What's your ideal occupation?
Someone to share it with. My ideal occupation?
Mm-hmm.
Just something I don't hate. I don't have like a set thing that I'm like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to have experience in job fields where I can just kind of move around and do whatever I want.
I feel like
if I get tired of one thing, I go to something else. That's why I'm so skeptical to go to college, because I don't want to waste all that money.
Same here.
Not knowing what I
on
want
something
to do.
you're not gonna fucking want to do for the rest of your life.
Exactly. I don't want to get in there and just change majors like 15 times and then walk out with a useless degree. Or get stuck in a job that I hate, but I have to do it because I've set myself up with a lifestyle that I can't afford otherwise.
Now with me, it's really hard to break out of like. Sometimes you have to work a job because that's how you're gonna make money. I'm really picky with how I want my life to be, and I feel like that's not a great way to live. I feel like the best way to live is to go with what life hands you, rather than hold out such high expectations, because you're only gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. Did you ever have like such like just an anxiety over top of you anytime, like even whenever you're a kid, whenever teachers or like adults would ask you, so what do you want to do when you grow up?
It would, yeah. It makes
Did you ever have that just wave of anxiety over you?
It makes my stomach hurt every time anybody asks me that.
Shit,
Especially now that I'm graduated.
I don't know what I want to do.
It feels like hell. I don't like hearing that. I don't know. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. I know that I like certain things, and I know that in the perfect world, those things that I like would somehow intertwine with my career. Like I want to work towards something that I feel passionate about, you know?
Yeah.
But like I don't know how to fucking set that up, because I didn't
Little fiend.
Sorry. I should have allocated the time into figuring out what the fuck I'm going to do, and that would have made me happier. I feel like I should have been busier towards my future rather than.
I feel like everyone has that problem. I feel like more people go to college because they don't like the idea of people like looking down on them because they didn't.
I feel like I haven't met enough people in my life, and if I were to go to college, I would meet the necessary people to make me who I would eventually be.
College is a great way to meet people.
That's what I'm saying. I really just want to meet people.
Yeah.
And I don't.
You don't gotta go to college for that. You can go to a different state, go to parties, do stuff. You know.
But
just
like
meet people, meet weird people. I've met so many weird people just leaving the house and just going out of town and doing stuff.
I need that immediate sense of community though. Like working a job is
you
not
want
enough.
That, like small town community type feel.
I just want to know people who know people. You hear what I'm saying?
Like connections.
That's how you find people. That's how you associate. You know what I mean? That's what school was.
That's true. Life is so much easier whenever you have connections.
And I don't think I'm ready for the school life to be over. I feel like I was kind of cheated with this whole quarantine thing, because my graduation was ass. If we're gonna
I
be
didn't even
honest.
get to graduate.
I know you will.
I hope so. They're trying to send me to the night school thing. Because
Really?
I moved right in the middle of the lockdown. So whenever I got taken out of school got shut down right after that. So I wasn't able to re-enroll in a different one. So I'm just kind of like in limbo.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, which is crazy considering I'm a senior.
Does that make you sad?
It freaks me out a little bit because, I mean, I need that diploma. Because, I mean, what job hires you without one now?
You'll get your diploma. I have faith in that, man. Don't worry about that.
I'll probably get it. It might take me a minute because I'm lazy, but I'll get it.
You'll get your diploma. Don't worry. I don't know. This fucking lo-fi music has me talking.
That's it. See, I told you it does that.
fucking.
It's good. It helps the gears in your brain turn a little faster. So you're like, you get to what you want to say faster.
You know what I saw? You know that girl, the Study Beats girl? That, you know.
What, she has like her own little figure now?
Yeah, she has her own figure.
It's so cool.
I kind of want it just to have it on my desk.
Oh, shit! I want one. If you end up buying one, buy two and I'll pay you back.
They're like $22.
I am flat broke.
You need to.
After I bought that car and then resold it and then had to come back down here and spend a bunch of money on gas to get down here, I am flat broke.
Well, listen, you're gonna find it. Where do you want to work down here?
Where am I gonna work?
Yeah.
I've got people that I know who work at the Dollar General.
Really?
Like I could get a manager's position there easy.
Who do you know that works there?
My mother has a half sister who manages.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she's very nice. She was the one who teach me how to parallel park.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a job right there. I don't know how much do they pay?
I don't know. Pay in the South is so bad.
It's
compared
awful.
to up north. Like I was a manager at a grocery store up north, and it was like $17.50 an hour.
Right.
Come down here and it's like $9. You're like, Christ, how am I gonna live on this?
17 is unheard of at a grocery store. I don't care what grocery store, but
That's
like
more than you get the factory here.
that's more than my brother makes as a surveyor in the fucking hot sun, chopping down fucking grass in the mosquitoes, in the snakes. And your ass was in the AC, or I guess you didn't need it in the heat because you fucking.
Shit, I was fighting drunk people all the time.
Yeah, well.
You ever done lawn work?
Yeah.
That shit is brutal.
I love it.
I did lawn work for Amiclola Electric for a little while, and that shit, oh my gosh.
Amiclola?
It's hot. Sometimes you forget your gloves and you got the weed whacker in your hand. It's just giving you blisters. It is rough work.
I don't get blisters.
I am so grateful for all of the people who spend the time to like make sure all the grass is cut around town.
You know,
that is such a just nice thing to do.
I could give less than a fuck on how the grass looks, if I'm honest, unless it's my own yard, because
I don't know, man. I can't drive through a jungle.
Well,
shit gets crazy real quick.
I'm not saying let it be like The Last of Us, but like, you know what I mean.
Don't like cut it to the ground every 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Exactly. Did you hear about The Last of Us 2 leaks?
No, I haven't. I thought they canceled that game.
No. They didn't cancel it.
That's what I thought.
No, they didn't. They didn't cancel it. They fucked it in the ass, essentially.
What'd they do?
Okay, well, spoiler alert for anybody listening to this who thinks they want to play The Last of Us 2. Have you played the first one, or have you ever watched the...
Oh, yeah, I love the first one. It's so good.
Okay, well...
The music alone is amazing.
Are you ready to be spoiled?
Go for it.
Because this is a huge leak.
Go for it. I never really buy new games anymore, so just go for it.
So... Ellie and Joel die in the first, 5 hours of the game.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait, then who is it, then? Who do you play as?
You play... I don't know if Ellie dies in the first 5 hours. I know Joel does. You didn't play as Joel. You play as Ellie originally. That was the protagonist. And...
They kind of did the same thing in the first one, though. Like, Joel got really hurt and you didn't know whether or not he was dead, and then it switches over to Ellie. It's a cool character dynamic.
Yeah. But I like that, too. And
it depends on how they introduce the character you play as whenever they both die. If they both die.
Okay. So...
Like, I gotta have a bond with that character if I'm gonna play with him.
Here's the thing. Fuck, I'm gonna need to look this up so I don't get any misinformation out.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious.
Of
The lighthouse.
2 leaks. Summary. Thank you. You know what I want.
Coming back.
That's my mom.
Oh. How do you just know that through sound?
I just know her footsteps. Allegedly from an immediate family member of Naughty Dog employee, the leak plot will revolve around Ellie and her love interest Dina, shown in the game's trailers. That's no surprise, but allegedly,
Get it out.
a faction known as the what's that saying? Seraphites killed Dina.
Seraphites.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh yeah. So, fuck. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of reading for this shit. But pretty much what happens is this. So immediately, I'm not transphobic. I'm not, you know.
You better watch your words there.
I know.
That's that phrase right there. That's that.
I know, but like a lot of.
I'm not homophobic, and then say like really homophobic shit.
I'm not homophobic or transphobic, but like this is kind of like my opinions here, and this is a lot of people agree. So what happens in the story is, you know how at the end Joel kills like everybody at that they were trying to harvest Ellie's brain for like the cure or something like that.
Yeah.
And he kills all the doctors. Well, there's this person named Abby, and she's transgendered in the game, and she pretty much is getting revenge because of her father. Like Joel killed her father during he was one of the doctors during that massacre. Abby beats the fuck out of him with like a 9-iron, kills him in a brutal way. And you know that's cool, but like it's not cool that he dies. I feel like everybody knew he was gonna die during this game. You know, it would be appropriate, but the way he dies is stupid. But not only does he die, but fucking Abby, that wasn't that her name?
Yes.
She becomes the fucking. You play as her after you kill Joel, and then you have to hunt down Ellie as her.
Oh, they make you.
They make you.
I don't know how I feel about that.
They kill everybody's favorite protagonist as Abby.
And then make you play as the person who killed him.
Make you play as her, and then you fucking go off and kill Ellie. And I don't see the necessity in that. You know?
Oh, that's not transphobic.
I know, but it's not. But like the fact that they make you play as a trans person after you've already. Listen, it's one thing to introduce another character that's trans, but it's another thing to like make you play as the trans girl that killed. Fuck. Well, listen, I like Joel because, you know, he's kind of portrayed like you know, kind of like a southern dad, you know, and I can relate to that somehow. And then Ellie is, you know, that's fine. Playing as her is fun and cool, but it feels shoehorned that they're trans. It feels like they're pandering a little bit, you know what I mean? Like,
what, you feel like they're trying to appeal to an audience that
you're
doesn't
trying to
usually buy games like that?
Yeah. Like that Anita Sarkeesian thing. Like they're trying to appeal to this audience, and that's fine too. But like I just don't like it.
Well, you'd rather them like I don't know.
I'm trying to seem not offensive here, but like I don't like that. I don't think that's cool.
I feel like a lot of people feel like it's really hard to introduce characters like that whenever it comes to stuff, because it either comes off as
shoehorned.
Yeah.
You can do that but like it seems very unlikely that there's a trans person in the middle of a zombie apocalypse that started in 2013. Do you know?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm not trying.
I don't know how to navigate this.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
I'm just not trying to say anything fucked up.
Am I saying anything fucked up?
I don't know.
Well, like that's the thing. It's hard to talk about.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's pandering to me. A lot of shows do this, and I don't mind it.
I think there's a big difference when it comes to like pandering and introducing a character that is meant to relate to a group of people. You know what I mean? Cause,
yeah,
like,
but not only
kids they love to have someone that they can relate to whenever it comes to stuff like that.
I understand that.
And a lot of the times, the way that they try to implement characters like that into stuff now, it's just you could have done that a little. You could have stuck the landing a little better on that.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't. They didn't stick the landing though. Yeah. They made it
like. Well, I don't know. That depends on how they would have introduced the character if the game were to come out. Because if the entire character's identity was the fact that she was transphobic, then I feel like, okay, yeah, this is a little annoying. But if it was just like one of the character's traits and there was a full-fledged character underneath that, then yeah, that's cool. I don't care. Representation, that's cool.
But the thing is like, this is the second game, and they throw her in there. They make this character. They kill off the main character. Then you have to play as them. See, I don't dig that at all. That's like,
I don't like the idea of having to play as a character that killed Joel just because I like Joel so much. He was such like a well-fledged out character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That, oh my, dude, the intro for The Last of Us 1 is just so iconic. It's so ridiculously good.
And I mean no disrespect whenever I say, like, you know, the things that I'm saying, but like it just feels like it's shoehorned into the fucking game.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just hard to kind of...
It's hard to wrap my head around that right now, you
Yeah.
know?
I guess that's the problem a lot of trans people are having now. It's just other people, it's hard for them to wrap their heads around it, so they're like, they don't know how to react. Meanwhile, those people are just trying to like live their lives.
I see. I don't care when it comes to
Well, like people being trans.
people and their sexuality. I don't mind who they like. They like.
Oh, I don't care. There's so much more to a person than that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't care what you do in the sack. It's none of my business.
I don't care either. But I don't know. It's just like this.
I feel like that's the part that makes people so like weirded out or like get like offended whenever people say stuff like this. Is because people sometimes it's like people like feel the need to say like I don't care. I was like, if you didn't care, why'd you mention it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
I ain't got nothing but love for everybody. There's some people. Some there.
Some people are dickheads. For sure.
I've met a few. It's just like I don't know how you do what you do.
But Last of Us 2 is something I was kind of looking forward to, but
I'll still check it out.
I don't know if I'm going to. Like they kind of fucked the game up for me.
I'm tired of sequels, low key.
Me too. There's not enough new.
There's not enough new IPs coming out. Like when's the last time? Actually, no. Nintendo did come out with a new IP. It was ARMS.
Oh yeah, but that didn't really.
That wasn't really like a central character or anything. Like it wasn't anyone to latch onto. It was just like, oh wow, look, goofy fighters.
Kind of like a hero shooter in the vein of Overwatch, but with fighting mechanics. Like.
Oh, they have like goofy character designs, kind of like Overwatch does, but it's like a whole different mechanics thing.
Yeah, it's like here's what they did. They took fucking Wii boxing and made it like Overwatch.
God, dude, Overwatch. I feel like that was the last decent thing to come out of Blizzard.
Well, Blizzard's about to come out with Diablo 4.
Are there?
I wouldn't say about to. They were working on it, but it looks pretty.
Valve's been working on Half-Life 3 for what, like 15 years or something.
I don't think they're working on it. I think they're just kind of like, or they're just doing software development, and then they cranked out Half-Life Alyx, that VR game.
That seems cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It's I think that would be like the ideal VR experience. I kind of want.
The Lo-Fi Girl has a little PewDiePie mug. That's neat.
Are you sure that's PewDiePie?
Yeah, like the red and black stripe.
That could be fucking anything.
No, that's exactly what that is. When's the last time you saw anything painted like that? That's exactly what that is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure there's a bunch of little stuff up here that's like references to stuff that just no one notices.
Well, she's writing with her left hand, so she's.
Oh yeah, left-handed, a little quirky.
Very
I
interesting.
wonder if there's actually a brand of headphones that looks like that. I'd love to have a pair of those.
Well, she's got googly eyes on them.
That is cool. Googly eyes, dude.
I don't think I'd fucking personalize my like fucking $200 headphones.
I do
that?
I do whatever I want to the things that I buy. I'll put stickers on them, googly eyes. I don't care.
I know.
It's mine. I want it to look like mine.
I like everything to be pristine.
That's fair. Yeah. Sometimes whenever you ever like try and like make something better and then like you feel like you've gone too far and now it looks horrible.
Kind of.
You know what I mean? Like you start out and you're like, oh, this looks good. Like you're like painting something. You're like, this looks so good. This is gonna look so good. And then you get done with it and you're like, this looks like dog shit, dude.
I think.
Why did I do this? I wish I could go back in time and fix this.
You know, on that same note, you know what I really, really fucking. I would really like to do? Professionally sing.
Dude, I feel like everyone has that like, man, I would love to be a music artist. I feel like I would have so much to say. But then they try and make a song and they can't think of shit.
That's the thing. Well, it's hard to make a song, especially if you're not musically inclined to where you can play an instrument. Yeah. I'm not trying to, I can sing, but like, I think I'm a good imitator. I don't try to make my own style. I haven't perfected my voice in a long time.
It's hard for you to make your own sound.
It's hard for me to like sound like me whenever there's so many people do it right.
Yeah.
Like if you were to play, if somebody, like for example, whenever I sing with Seth and he plays guitar, I immediately, like, if he's playing Stairway to Heaven, I kind of give my best fucking Robert Plant impression. And I need to stop doing that. I need to start singing like me.
Do you ever like change your voice just to sing along to like a Mac DeMarco song or like some guy with a weird voice?
Yeah.
Like specifically?
Yep. Oh, and we have a visitor.
Back.
Speak of the devil. It is Seth Stanley.
You ready to get on the mic?
Oh, I'm shy.
Don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
We're over here having like quality conversation.
Yeah, this one's turned out really good, I think.
Yep. What are we talking about?
Anything, everything. What's on your mind?
I just want to write a song.
We were just talking about how like
whose brains are linked or something.
I think we are. Well, but we were just talking about how a dream of mine would be to professionally sing, and I feel like I'm not qualified enough because whenever I sing, I try to give my best impression of who I'm singing instead of making my own voice or trying to perfect my own singing voice.
If you were an artist, what would your genre be?
Alternative rock and anything that sounds good, I guess.
I'm a sucker for soul and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like Giveon.
I feel like the shit like that I bang my head to is just what I primarily like. You know what I mean? It gets me.
I feel like it really like sinks artists into like a certain category whenever people give them a genre that they're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It stops them from like going and trying new shit.
You can easily get pigeonholed into a genre.
Yeah.
And then you have to make music that you don't necessarily like, you know?
Well, yeah.
Did you see that shit that Tyler the Creator called out the Grammys for?
Oh, yeah, he was talking about how like rap music isn't. He got nominated for he got the best rap album, but
no, it was like urban rap.
What does that mean? That's what he was saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, why can't it just be rap? So
yeah.
Like just being like just stuffed in this one little genre, and like you like try and make something else, and people are like, I don't like this. You're a rapper. Stick to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not a rap album. He rhymes, but he's like, it's kind of like an alternative rap, I would say.
Spencer, you're not gonna like me when I say this, but Highly Suspect totally redefined the genre of alternative rock.
But like, did they make good songs? They made a few, but
yeah.
So Highly Suspect with their new album MCID, not my favorite album of all time, and I'll tell you this because, I don't know. Whenever they kind of blurred the line for me for everyone really, but whenever they started making rap songs, like Johnny Stevens is now labeling himself Terrible Johnny, and he came out with this song called Tokyo Ghoul with Young Thug, and the song isn't a bad song, but if you were to listen to Mr. Asylum, their former album, and then the album after that, The Boy Who Died Wolf, they have this type of sound that
you feel like it's better.
It's amazing, and that's what I fell in love with. But when you take something, whenever you change something, rather, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they had something, and if they would have went forward with that, they could have elaborated on what they already had instead of making like a 90s rap album, because that's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like anything from this era. I don't like it.
I feel like you're just growing up.
Mm.
I feel like that's what's happening. You know what I
No.
mean? Do you ever feel like you like grow up alongside artists that you like?
Yeah.
Like they've changed so much from whenever you first met, like Mac Miller. Like I used to, whenever I was like littler, I loved his music, and it was like, I'm a new kid on the block wearing Nikes, and now his stuff is like so much more smooth and somber, and I feel like I've just mentally grown with him this entire time, and I never lost interest because it's always just like adapted to what I like.
Yeah. And I understand that. But like I found Highly Suspect at a time where I can still relate to myself back then. Like I know like growth is a part of the process, but like I don't know. Like I can still listen to that old album and fucking love it, because they have some sad songs, some songs that, you know, kind of make no sense sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
but I love them because I like the way it sounds, because it's that type of music that I like. But whenever you whenever an artist, and this doesn't happen,
Oh, you almost said change.
Whenever an artist takes their content and kind of morphs it into their own view, because like that's what they did.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we made enough money to where we can just fuck around and do whatever. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like Mac DeMarco did on his latest album, because it was kind of like a satire album. That's what he said.
Think about this. Do you think an artist would release something that they didn't like, or they didn't put their heart and soul into, thinking, hey, maybe, you know, if nobody likes this, at least I like it and I can stand behind this, you know?
Pop artists do that shit all the time, low key. They release shit that's just absolute garbage, but they know it'll get a ton of plays because it's catchy or whatever. Like, I seriously doubt Justin Bieber likes half of the shit he's put out.
I don't know. I actually like Justin Bieber.
Have you listened to Gummy?
No.
Listen to Gummy, you'll change your mind.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't listened to many of the mainstream pop artists these days, but
I feel like pop. I don't know. I don't want to say pop's for kids, but I feel like it's got its own niche.
yeah. But back on MCID, there are some really good songs on that album. I'm not trying to trash the album in its entirety. If I were to rate it, I'd give it like a 6, and 6 is not a bad rating. Fucking 4 is a bad rating. 6 isn't a bad rating. Anything above 5 is a good rating. But there's just, I feel like if you were to take the songs that I don't like, cross them out, delete them from the whole album, then you'd be left with an EP with some really good songs. And that's what I feel like that album was. It was like an EP for me, because I skipped
a 16-song EP.
Yeah, a 16, because there's a lot of filler in it.
It feels like an EP because majority of the songs he doesn't like them.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's fair. I got a lot of albums I like.
And I can show you the songs that I like in a minute, and I can tell you what I don't like. But
that's how I feel about like Kanye's, like some of Kanye's albums.
I haven't heard his most recent album. I heard it was like some sort of gospel.
It
thing.
is it's not really It's like the guitar playing fog machine version of church. You ever been to one of those?
No.
It's not gospel. Like I'm not huge. I'm not.
I heard he talks about
religious, but that's not gospel.
I heard he talks about Jesus and stuff. Like,
you're my Chick-fil-A with the lemonade. Jesus prayers. Like,
is that what he says?
That's the shit. That's the shit that's on there. There's one song on there that I like though. It's like live your life right, life bright. Blah, 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 blah. Like I like that one. But a lot of that album, it's just like, you're. This is not gospel. This is for you. This is all about you.
Have you listened to Gambino's new album?
I haven't. I listened to
I
listened to a snippet of it and it didn't interest me, so I just stopped.
Ass, total ass.
I loved Feels Like Summer. That was such a good song.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Feels like summer.
Why can't you make a whole album of that?
That would be nice.
See, he's so weird, because like have you ever sat down and listened to Awaken My Love?
Yes.
Dude, that album has something that I really enjoy.
Like R&B and soul, that's good stuff.
That's the shit that rocketed him to the top of like you know how like some artists like are considered serious artists and some aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z, Kanye, Childish Gambino, Kendrick Lamar, like people who are just like so just up there.
Yeah.
I feel like that rocketed him up there.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel too. I was
feel the same way.
I was listening to Awaken My Love at work. Dude, there's some bangers on that album. Like other than Redbone, there's a lot of good.
Really good. If it wouldn't have got memed on, that you could listen to that song.
I feel like whenever I like a song, everybody has to like it, you know?
Daylight. I wake up in the morning.
No.
You don't play right.
Like that's I can't believe that's Childish Gambino on there. It sounds so crazy.
I thought it was a woman for the longest time.
There's a Kodak song. It's like a phone number, but it's Beyonce, I think, but she's like pitched way down. And it sounds just like Jay-Z.
Ew.
No, it's so good.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you gotta. It's really good.
I tell you what, I'm about to piss my pants again, like last episode.
I'll take over. Me and Seth will talk.
Seth,
what the fuck? Jesus Christ! Drop this lighter, dude.
You're really just gonna leave the cast like that?
I'll come back. Seth, you take over.
Come here, Seth. Let's talk. Mano y mano.
Right.
So you fuck with Quantarado?
Fucking who? What?
I'm just joking.
Look,
Uh-huh.
it's just good to be here.
Facts, dude. It's good to be here.
Like
it's good to be alive.
It's good to be alive.
Experience all this weird shit going on.
Yeah, because this will soon come to pass.
I mean, not for everyone.
Well, yeah, not for everyone. I guess the people that die.
I feel like a lot of the people who like say they appreciate, like, oh, I love being able to be alive during all this weird shit going on. I feel like the people in the middle of that weird shit really don't. You know what I mean?
I mean,
You're
yeah.
like, wow, what a time to be alive. Coronavirus. Meanwhile, the people in the hospital with coronavirus, like, this fucking sucks, bro.
You see, nothing's really changed for me besides school. You know, I'm still working. Like
Yeah.
nothing changed, except school is completely online, and it's not good. Like,
Really?
I literally so I don't have to attend classes, but I have to get online at certain points to check like what's going on, you know, and I can easily forget, oh shit, I had an assignment due at midnight, and it's a mess right now.
Whenever you first got out of high school, did you ever have that feeling of like, I'm an adult now? Did you get that feeling?
Yeah, it's exhilarating.
I've turned 18 and I still don't have that feeling. Like my mind is still in like kid mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Dude,
what I mean? It's
I'm
in
still
that
in
mode
I'm
of-
still in kid mode too.
You're in kid mode?
Yeah, kid mode. But I mean, you can still remain, you know, young at heart. But I mean, you start doing shit like
I feel like that like sour adult mode that we all like think about
Yeah.
is just like grown people just hating the fact that kids get to go around and do fun stuff
Yeah.
and they don't.
You know what sucks is as kids, all we want to do is grow up. You know, we see our parents or adults around us and like, wow, I can't wait to be that old. And when you're that old, you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I just want to be a kid again.
Yeah, you get there and you're like, this is horrible. Why would I
Yeah.
want this?
Yeah.
That I feel like everyone does that.
Yeah.
Like, I hate this. I hate eating Brussels sprouts. I wish I could just be an adult. And
Yeah.
they get to be an adult and they're like, what the fuck are taxes, bro? This sucks.
It's like, wow, I actually like Brussels sprouts now. What the fuck?
You take how much of my check?
Yeah.
This thing's insane. This PC thing I'm looking at, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just like,
He takes a lot of pride in that thing.
I bet he does. My PC's got like a Radeon 920X in it.
I don't know what that means.
Old ass. Old. I mean, it'll still run like Doom and stuff like that, but like, it's not breaking any records.
Any boundaries?
Can't play Minecraft RTX on it.
Wow. That should be bare minimum.
No. Do you know what that is? The RTX version of Minecraft.
I think Spencer showed
It makes it real. It makes it look realistic. It's
Yeah,
got,
like realistic
shadows
textures and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ray tracing.
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah, Spencer was doing that on his computer the other night. It's like, wow. This looks better than real life.
So you smoke?
Yeah.
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 Like how much?
What are we talking? Like nicotine or weed?
What's weed? Everyone does this.
I haven't smoked in a couple weeks,
Really?
but you know, it's just whenever it's readily available, I'm down.
That's
you know?
good. That's a good way to do it.
Mhm.
If you get like wrapped into that whole scene, then
Mhm.
like you start noticing, I was like, oh shit, this is sucking all the dopamine out of my brain.
Yeah,
And you just
exactly.
get sad without it.
There was a time in college where I did that a lot, man.
Like you just had to smoke, or else you weren't feeling up.
Yeah, and honestly, I got super paranoid because I was like, what if? Yeah, I got to feeling like nothing feels real anymore, you know? Like I need this high to get me through like class and shit, and I was like, I don't want to be like this. So it's kind of like a special occasion thing now for me, you know? Which,
We talking about weed?
Yeah.
No,
dude,
welcome
talking about
back.
kush, Ganja.
sorry, I took your seat.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, actually, I took a seat. Shit, I'll take the comfy chair.
Oh.
No complaints there.
All right.
Continue.
Let me tell you this. I think we need to cap it off right here because the night is growing towards its end.
That is true.
And until next time,
Gotta have a sick outro or something.
I've got nothing. Thank
You
you
know
for
Matthew Loman?
yeah.
I keep getting spam from his Instagram account
Was he
of,
been
like,
hacked?
of like, hey, look at what I did with your pictures.
Oh no, yeah. People,
Oh, I've gotten those
You know
before.
what I'm talking about?
have you? Don't open
And
it.
No, I didn't open it.
I texted back, wow, bro, little PP energy. Wow, bro, little PP energy. And then, like, all I got back was, yeah. So now I think this is him.
No. I mean,
Just text back, yeah.
I screenshot. This girl sent me the same message. I screenshot it, sent it to her Facebook Messenger, and she said she knew about it. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I had to do that to somebody. That's kind of uncomfortable though. Like the only time you talk to them is whenever you're like, I got a
Yeah.
fake message from you.
Yeah, I literally said, hey, this seems suspicious. I don't think it's you. And she's like, yeah, thanks.
Until next time, it has been fun. Thank you for visiting with us.
Later, dude.
Bye bye.